All right, man, we back. CANEVILLE with me and my boy X. Bam. There you go. Talk about a few things today. Tallulah, that I still haven't figured out. I'll go do some research and figure out how to pronounce his name. That's still simmering.
To a little brother. That's how everybody knows.
To a little brother. That thing's still simmering. But we had a decommit the other day, man. We got a decommit. Chamon Metayer kid went from North Miami, went to Central, ended up back at North Miami. Defensive end, wide receiver, kick returner.
Tight end.
I don't know.
Basketball player.
Yeah. We don't know really like what he is. What's your take on Chamon? Now, give me your take on him before he decommitted. Don't give me your fan perspective after he decommitted. Before he decommitted, good. How you felt about it?
Great athlete. Tall, long, play both sides of the ball. I would prefer him to play defense.
Right.
Defensive end, outside linebacker.
Right.
When he committed to what was our defensive line coach when he Coach Jess. He committed to Coach Jess.
Right.
So to play defensive end. When he left North Miami, transferred to Central, then he started playing tight end, and he felt like that was a better position for him. So he tried to switch it over to offense.
Right. So now he decommit. This frees up a scholarship. We gonna miss out, or how do you feel about that?
It frees up a scholarship. I mean, obviously it frees up a scholarship.
Right.
I'm not gonna say it's a big loss. I'm not gonna say it's not a loss because the kid can play, but for what he want to play,
you think he wants to be out of position? Yeah,
for what he want to play is better options. Basically when he switched over to tight end. He did tell the staff that that's where he wanted to be at, but obviously the staff went out and got another tight end to go along with Khalid Brentley. So they obviously moved on from him. So he finally decided to decommit.
Right. I'm supposed to have him on here. He's supposed to came in here and sat down with me a few times. He probably won't come now. He probably think we're gonna be talking about too much now, too much going on. So he probably won't come in here now. Maybe see if we can get him on like next week when things simmer down. But no, man, he's an athletic kid. Like he reminds me of the athleticism of Reverend Jordan. That's how I see him. If you see him with his uniform off, he's a big kid. He can move. A lot of times we rate these kids on what they're currently doing, but sometimes what they currently do in high school has a lot to do with coaching and what coaches are asking them to do, and not so much with their talent. I go back to like Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson as a junior averaged 10 carries a game. He was maybe the best running back in the nation. We can look back now and say in that class, Duke Johnson could have been the best running back in the nation. He's still in the league. University of Miami, #1 running back on paper. But what Heidelberg was asking him to do as a junior, like it seemed as if he was flawed, like he was missing something because he wasn't feeding him the ball. But that was not true. He just was asking him to do something different. So Chamon Metayer could be the same thing. At North Miami, at Central, they converted him to tight end. Central doesn't have the best passing game. So I think physically he's a kid that's going to get to college, and if he's mentally ready to go, they're going to take his physical attributes and put him to work, sort of like your boy Brevin.
He could play football. Like I said, he could play athletic, play basketball. Watched him play basketball a couple times. He can get up, he can jump. Like now he wants to play receiver. That's the only issue.
He said that out loud.
He wants to.
He said that in public. Well, he said that.
He announced it on his Twitter.
He did.
He let everybody know that he wants to be
How big is? Come on, man. How big is?
Right now he's about 6. I would say 6'5".
Let's see, man. Let's see how big he is.
Like 230.
Man.
And he's solid. Like he ain't got no ounce of fats on his body, but it's like
6'5". They got him at 220.
They got him listed at 6'5", 220.
And his offers, man, like I guess he got Auburn, Colorado, Cincinnati. 6'5", 220. Who was that? Lawrence Cager? Cager 6'6".
Yes, Cager about 6'5", 220, but Cager was a lot more slimmer than he's a lot more solid.
No. When I talked to Lawrence Cager the other day, I didn't realize Lawrence Cager was like a elite athlete, fool. Like I didn't know that. Cager
he was a top receiver and one of the top. Like
he said he was.
I think it was an Under Armour, not Under Armour, Army game.
He said he was just as good in baseball. He said the first time I think he did the high jump or the long jump, he said he kind of like won. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't realize he was such an elite athlete. But I guess that's why he was rated so high. You know what I'm saying? Not like a slinky 6'6" kid coming out of high school. But this man 6'5", 220, man. Name a wide receiver that's 6'5", 220. Cage is 6'5", 220, headed out the door from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like he coming in 6'5", 220. So
that's Calvin Johnson, like, but he ain't moving like that. That's the thing.
Calvin Johnson, huh?
That's Calvin Johnson, like, but he's not moving like that.
Calvin this man coming out of high school 6'5", 220. So that means he may be 6'5". Really, when they start putting food on him, he gonna be 6'5",
240, 250.
Why? But that's name a 240-pound wide receiver.
You don't have me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Calvin Johnson. Let's see. Calvin Johnson played at what weight?
6'5",
230,
237.
And that's all muscle.
Yes.
We both got quiet. But Calvin Johnson ran what at the combine? What you think he ran?
4'3".
Oh.
4'3" using somebody else's cleats.
Did he?
Yeah, like he used some because he didn't even have his shoes to run because he wasn't gonna run.
Oh nah, that's something else. That's a different mutant.
They taught him into running. He used somebody else's cleats. Went out there, ran a 4'3".
Oh yeah, nah, that's a different. That's a different mutant. He on a different level. So what's up? I mean, the second topic we want to talk about is taking commitments from
early classmen, like let them commit in the 9th, 10th grade. It's been an issue with past couple years. We get recruits, we offer them 9th, 10th grade, they commit. By the time they get to the end of their 11th grade year and to becoming a senior, now they decommit or they looking at other schools. It's both ways. Sometimes just or any other team, they might lose interest in the kid. It might be another kid they want even more, or vice versa. The kid lose interest in the school. So I just don't think it's a good idea to accept them commitments that early.
Just because of the fact that you're saying a lot of them don't stick.
Yeah, a lot of them don't stick.
I look at that. I look at that a different way. I kind of look at that. You take a commitment from. You're talking about freshmen, sophomores.
Freshman, sophomore, yeah.
You take a commitment from a kid. Okay, so let's start here. The recruiting battle is fluid, is crazy right now. The way you can touch kids and talk to kids and how fast coaches and Nick Saban got
and then it's a lot different for
helicopter.
Kids in South Florida because we're so hands on. Like South Florida is the most talented area in the nation. So a kid getting offered by first, even when he's in the 9th grade. But do you take that commitment knowing he gonna be the top kid by the time he become a senior? Not everybody in the nation want him.
Right. So what I was saying was that recruiting is so competitive right now. If you can get a commitment from a kid, if a kid say, "Hey, I'm coming to your school," that helps you. I think that helps branding. That helps the kids in his area. Obviously, if a kid can go to University of Miami, he's a leader. He's a leader of his school. There's other kids behind him, other kids in his city that look up to him. You agree?
I mean,
no. You don't agree?
Nah, I can't. I won't agree. I mean, it depends.
If a kid can go to the University of Miami, that means he's the leader of his football team. He's a captain.
Yeah.
So that means he was good in his city and youth football at some point in time, maybe not. That means people in that area look up to him. They respect his decisions. So I think when you get it, I think it helps the program. I think it helps you recruit. If he's committed, what if he's DJ Dallas?
But then you don't get DJ Dallas till his senior year. Like,
but
how often?
What if he's DJ Dallas as a freshman? Duke Johnson was committed from day one. Boom.
I mean,
wasn't wavering. Wasn't.
See again. You naming players who like they make up their mind. That's it.
No, yeah, he didn't have no. He wasn't taking no other option.
We got a situation now with James Williams, #1 safety in the nation, committed to UM in 9th grade year.
Yeah,
he committed. Now the whole world wants him.
Those are outliers, though. James Williams gonna be maybe the #1 player in the nation, so he's an outlier. I mean, I would decommit too. I would decommit from UM if I hit Ja'Cory Brooks.
My thing is,
if I hit James Williams status,
why do I commit when I'm in the 9th grade or 10th grade, or why do I allow them to commit?
That's like saying you grow up in the hood, right? And you take $10,000 to do something you ain't got no business taking $10,000 to do, right? Then 2 years from now you realize $10,000 ain't no money. So now you like, nah, man, I could just do this and get $30,000. $10,000 was a lot of money 2 years ago. University of Miami giving you an offer 2 years ago was a big deal. Now Georgia saying, hey, where your mama work at? And I'm just saying hypothetically. Now, yeah, Alabama saying, hey, your family got a house? Cause we got houses, or something crazy like that. I'm just hypothetically. I'm just saying how you get what I'm saying, and things change though in time.
Okay, but the thing, what I'm saying is like, you take a kid 9th, 10th grade, they commit. Obviously you still evaluating them. You know what I'm saying? Hoping that they get better.
Right.
Bomb comes their senior year, they're still committed to you. But you're not showing, the school might not show the same interest anymore. Oh, well, they found another player that they want.
Right.
Now this player wasted 4 years saying, I'm committed to this school. Now the school don't want me. Now I got to look elsewhere. It hurts the kid a lot. Because now a lot of schools, hey, man, the kid didn't want to commit to us when we had the opportunity.
Yeah, but I think like nobody knew Naquan was going to break his ankle and not grow an inch or gain an ounce of weight his whole high school career. Nobody knew that. Like nobody knows that.
But they knew he was good.
Right.
He was good.
Right. But nobody knows. So the recruiting thing, I just think is fluent. I don't think it's a bad thing to take. But you do. I mean, you seem to think you're saying what? So. Your philosophy, you saying what? Wait to what? I mean, don't take commitment to they what? That's gonna really shoot yourself in the foot.
Say end of 11th grade, 12th grade, like.
Oh, that's gonna shoot yourself in the foot.
Because most of the kids are, by the time they don't know how to make up their mind.
They don't.
So you committing in the 9th and 10th grade when you know your mind ain't made up.
They don't.
You know your mind ain't made up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They don't know how to make up their mind.
Why would the team accept that when you know the kid mind ain't made up? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, but. Like it's the business.
It is the business, but I think you shoot yourself in the foot if you start telling kids, "Nah, you can't commit." I do, I especially UM. You already behind the power curve, and there's things like resources and
anybody commits to UM. Every school uses recruiting as their recruiting.
That's how you feel.
A kid commits to every school wants him now. Hey man, such and such UM just got to commit. Hey, let's check him out. That's awful. Now the kid decommits.
I just think you see that way because you follow UM. I think that goes for Florida State. I think that goes for any D1 school. I think that.
I mean, more so with UM though. Like,
yeah, because that's what we're looking at.
But it's there. Like, really.
I think anytime Florida State, Florida, any tier team like that.
Florida and UM the most. It's a number. I think they did a statistic where UM and Florida like the most decommits in the nation. Them two schools right there.
Really?
So basically, everybody's looking at their recruiting and saying, if Florida and UM can get them kids, you can take them from them.
Right.
And that's what a lot of schools doing.
Well, that's like saying I got a fine girlfriend, I'm gonna keep her in the house because these dudes trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like they gonna try to take my girlfriend if I bring her outside. So nah, man, you can't run scared like that. Listen, I got a question for you. Who's the best high school quarterback you ever saw play?
Wow. I would have to say Ethnic Sans J-Boy in Kansas City.
Man, I get that. Ethnic.
The way he ran that offense in Kansas City, man, was like it was almost Tommy Frazier like it was just so beautiful back there.
Everybody. I was surprised that people said that. I posed that question up on Facebook, and the majority of people said Ethnic Sans J-Boy was the best player ever playing trash pile, the best quarterback.
Best quarterback I've seen. Like I remember when they was playing against South Ridge at the Orange Bowl. They down. J-Boy, Ethnic Sans they get on the field.
Right.
Drove all the way down, and he made it look like it was easy. And that was against South Ridge, a powerhouse. So
that offense they had was kind of, it was hard to stop, fool. You know what I'm saying? It was hard to stop.
And like one play, like you can just see the whole team just crash on the running back, and you see J-Boy. It's almost like he just gliding down the field. Like
that offense was kind of hard to stop. So before Lamar Jackson, probably the best football player I ever saw play. Now I would preface that with I never saw Frank Gore, I never saw Sean Taylor, I never saw
them both. I played against them both.
Lamar Jackson. So before that, the best quarterback I had ever saw play, which may surprise a lot of people, in tribute to Michael Jordan and what's going on with the Michael Jordan documentary, and best quarterback I had ever saw play, man, believe it or not, was Chris Lee. I used to live in North Carolina, in Wilmington, North Carolina. I used to drive past Michael Jordan High School every morning to go to work. I worked for Pepsi after I got out the military, and I used to drive by Laney High School every morning. Everybody in that city got a Michael Jordan story. So Laney High School made the state, and I went to go see Laney play against Charlotte Independence. If you're a football head, you know exactly what Charlotte Independence is. When we got to the stadium, we walked in the stadium, Chris Lee and Charlotte Independence was losing 28-0 to Laney High School. Laney High School was a big